Hey guys, Sensor here, and welcome to my first Shadowlands Alpha video. So in this video I want to do a quick overview of Torghast, the Tower of the Damned, which is one of the new activities you can do in Shadowlands. Now this activity, so far at least in Alpha, is amazing. It's probably one of the best things that they've added since like Mythic Plus. And it's one of my favorite, probably my favorite thing to do right now in WoW. Um, so basically, as you can kind of see what's going on here, there's multiple floors, and each floor gets harder than the last. And then you have these things called Anima Powers, which I'll go over a little bit more later. But your objective is to just go as far as you can, collecting different Anima Powers, which give you a bunch of different boosts, looting currencies you can use to buy more things to help you get further into the game. Um, but it's very fun. Currently, there's only certain classes that are available for testing, but it gets really fun as you progress and as you get more and more of those anima powers, and you have to choose. So it's really cool to see all the different things that you'll be able to get, and they're spec specific. So when you get all the different classes available in the game, then it'll be pretty dynamic. And this is solo, but you're gonna be able to do it in groups. I don't know yet if they have groups. I was just by myself, so I'm assuming you can just go in there with a party. But whether you can do it now or not, you'll be able to do it later. Um, and yeah, it's just very fun. It's like basically Torghast is like the Visions 2.0, and it makes the Visions look like Torghast Light, basically. It's like you can clearly tell that they were going for a, like, with the Visions, they were trying to gauge the interest. It's very clear now that that was like a trial run, and then they just went all out on Torghast. And this is still alpha, so there's a lot of room to grow. But this is, I have to definitely say, Blizzard did great here. This is very fun, and the fact that they have random sections makes it very good too. But let me go ahead and just do a quick overview of how you started and a few other things that you'll see while inside. Alright, so normally this will be a max level activity, but currently for the alpha, you go and talk to the servant of the jailer, Flask of Torghast, and then you just say you want to enter it by yourself. If you're in a party, then I assume it'll queue up. But yeah, right now there's only these 4 classes that are available for testing. And this is, right now it's in the beginning, like the first um, fight point. But I'm gonna assume that you probably get there from maybe the Maw or something. I don't know. But either way, there'll be NPC. You talk to him, and then you go in. It does take a little bit of time to load, though. I'm interested to see what the loading screen will be. Because obviously this is a placeholder, but yeah, I wonder what the loading screen will be once you actually, once it gets added in. So when you're inside, you can click on this at any time on any of the floors, and you'll exit Torghast. And in order to start, you click on the Wayfinder orb here, and there's multiple categories. There's the 2 quest ones. Those I don't actually know. They're set. I'm going to assume that there will actually be quests as when the game launches, or later on in alpha and beta. There will be actual quests to go into Torghast that you'll want to do for progressing the campaign, story, whatever. And then there's the Twisting Corridors, which they're all randomized, and they have different difficulties. The quest ones only went to 6, floor 6, and then there was boss loot for each one of those. Right now it's just placeholder, so there's no actual loot there, but they will drop loot. Um, Now the difference between the three different um, difficulties is mostly how far you can go and where you start. So in easy, you start on floor 1, and you can only go up to a certain floor. I actually was on floor 10, and then the game had a big update, so got kicked off. But I think it's 13 or 14. When you do normal, you start on I think 14 or 15, and then you can go higher, and then I don't know what heroic starts at, but it starts at a higher level, and then it can keep going higher. But besides just starting at those levels, and then the higher levels, you also will um, you you start with an anima power. So like right now, I'm gonna go ahead and just pick normal. We're not gonna go all the way through. Actually, no, I'm gonna start on easy. We're not gonna go all the way through. I have a previous run that I'm going to show in a little bit, but you pick one. These are the orbs. You go to the orbs, and that's how you get the anima powers. So as you can see, I choose between one of these two different anima powers. One, drain life, healing is increased by 20%. The other one reduces the cooldown of scouring tithe. It's kind of a hard word to say. Anyway, um, the icons kind of tell you the type of effect. So this is heart means like health or defensive of some kind. So drain life increases the healing done. So that's it's a health or defensive type of skill. The swords means damage, reducing the cooldown by 6 seconds. Is allows me to use it more, so therefore more damage. I'm going to go with the drain life. Every time you see those orbs, you click on them, and you'll be able to get a choice. Sometimes it's only one power, so you just pick it. Sometimes it's between like three. And as you saw, there was a green outline, which means that the anima power has different rarities. So there's, just like gear, green, blue, purple. The higher the usually the better, but you still might want to go for a lower level one just because it gives a good bonus. And these bonuses they last while you're in Torghast. So there's a lot of things that you'll be able to get. And the thing about it is, the main reason why I wanted to show that was when you start and you pick either easy, normal, or heroic, you get that one power, but then you go in and you're going to start on that floor. So on easy, I'm going to go in just to show you real quick, and I'll be on floor 1 with my one anima power. Now, if you pick normal, you start on like 14 or 15 with still one power. That's huge because not only is it going to be higher than what you could get in easy mode, by the time you would get to like around that floor, but if you start on floor 1, you would have multiple powers. Um, so it starts off much harder as well because you don't have all those anima powers. You have to start off with just one and then work your way up from there. So definitely a lot harder, but as you get more powers, then you will become much stronger, obviously, and makes it a lot easier. Now I'm going to go to show the vendor that's in Torghast. Alright, so here's the Shackle Broker, which was the vendor that you can spend your Phantasma on. So the first one here is Plundered Anima Cell. So basically it gives you an item in your inventory, um, and you use that and it'll literally just give you an anima power, like an anima orb that you click on to get a power. Um, the Ravenous Anima Cell will actually let you transform a non-elite enemy into an anima cell. And most of these I've seen all the time. Like these two are always here, but as you can see, there's a limit to how many you can buy. And the plundered one is 150. The turning somebody into one is 250. And then you have things like, lesser ones, increased max health, haste, crit damage and healing, a potion that lets you increases your damage by 30%, but it only lasts while you're in combat. A healing and mana restoration. Reduce the death count. Because you have a death count. I haven't seen what happens if you get to max, but it does say. Let's see if I can get this. Um, as you climb the tower, more dangerous enemies, but many deaths will awaken the terror group. So I'm assuming that's just like an instant death thing, which is why it's 0 out of 3. But I haven't seen it yet. And yeah, just obscuring vision. So just a lot of just helpful items and powers that you can get to help you out. And so you just use the item from inventory, and then there you get plundered anima. And this one unfortunately wasn't that great. I guess I'll take the mastery, but you can get some pretty good ones. And remember, you always want to click on everything. I believe this is a soul. Um, so the freed souls, there are some anima powers that actually kind of interact with the freed souls. Like I have this epic one called Soul Platter, so that whenever I summon Demonic Tyrant, the duration is increased by 100%, but there's a 50% chance it'll consume one of my freed souls. And these freed souls it's a permanent currency. You free people in the tower, and they stay here even when you're out of the tower. And according to this tooltip, it says that you can advance aspects of your covenant sanctum. So, I've only done Torghast. I haven't gone further into the game yet to know, but it's some sort of upgrade mechanism. You go into the Torghast Tower, you get, freed souls, and you can use that to upgrade your covenant in some way. However, this one has a chance to, consume one of my souls, but it also increases the Demonic Tyrant's damage. So there was another one for Affliction Warlock where it made Corruption's damage increase based on how many souls you had, and I had like 3 stacks of it, and which made it stack up to a max of like 750% extra damage. So it's some pretty intense effects that you can get here. And so this is always on floor 3. On easy, you start at floor 1, and the quest you start on floor 1. And floor 3, you'll see the vendor, and then you also get a free power at the end. So, killing a mall rat increases maximum health by 2%. That's kind of nice. Fear duration is good, especially for utility later, but I'm going to go with the damage, especially being demonology. Summons demons damage increased by 25% is kind of huge. So, that's all that there is to the vendor. Now that I'm at floor 10, I wanted to show just how insane you can get later on in the floors once you get enough anima powers. So, right now, as you can see, I have 39 anima powers, and I'm going to go over some of the effects. One thing is extra talents, kind of like how those legendaries did, some of the legendaries did in Legion, where you would get an extra, it would give you a free talent. That's what this does. So this one gave me the Dreadlash talent. So you can have that talent and another one in the same row. And I've gotten 3 different ones. So as you can see, that can get kind of intense. And then I have the Dark Whisper Signet, which lets me get 2 additional Demonic Tyrants. So that's a total of 3 Demonic Tyrants whenever I summon that. And that's pretty big. The Steward, and I have another one. I thought I did. There's another one to let you use the Steward in combat, but oh yeah, I didn't get that one. And then there's like creatures die with a corruption has a chance to give you freed soul. I'm not gonna go over all of them, but as you can see, I'll just kind of mouse over some of them. Increased damage done by demons, and they stack. So yeah, it gets really intense, and that's when this gets really fun, is when you start getting a lot of these anima powers. 39 anima powers. Now of course some of that is including the stack, so like this is 6, this counts as 6 different powers. But I don't know if there's a limit. I'm gonna go ahead and there is a mini boss in this tower, in this level, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So you can just kind of see just how intense. Oh, and if you notice, I have this Maw Rat mount. It's only usable in Torghast, but it's nice because it's instant. It does count as a vehicle, but it's just instant. Um, so little annoying when you have a as a demonology warlock or just warlock in general, but you can just get off of it. But it lets you move around really quickly, which is really great because it takes a while to walk around. So I'm just gonna go into combat now, and this is easy mode, and the difference between easy and like this is the random easy mode. The difference between easy, normal, and heroic is how many what floor you start on, and how many floors you can do. So in easy, you start on floor 1, and I think you can go up to about 13 or so. And on normal, you start on like 14 or 15, and then you can keep going, higher. And then, the higher you get, the stronger the enemies, and the better the rewards. So this enemy is inside. That's kind of annoying. Yeah, and then I don't know what heroic starts at, but that's the main difference. Is not just it's not necessarily just like harder, it's you start on a higher level, so it's going to be harder and you can go further. So the higher the floor, the stronger it is. So technically yes, normal heroic is stronger, but it's only because it can go to higher floors. So I'm going to save that charger for last, and I'm going to go ahead and do this. But yeah, it's just so fun when you get all these different rewards. And since you can only test some things right now, there's so many things I want to test. Like I can spend my entire time playing just Torghast. When this comes out and it's fully implemented, this is something that WoW definitely needed, because oh wow, instantly earn. Okay. Wow, so you look at that. I get 8 to 10 freed, 8 to 12 freed souls, but there's a chance I'm doing it. 9, and I didn't die. But yeah, when this comes out, this is such good replayability. I really liked the visions that the game currently has, but this is way better. This is finally a game mode that's really good. Now, when it comes to the final game, I don't know how it's going to tie in fully to your progression and stuff like that, but at least it's just very fun. So let's go ahead and go with this. I'm actually going to lower its, I'm going to do weakness on it, or recklessness. And I have a boost, I have a extra effect for recklessness to where it doesn't increase their damage done, only the damage taken. So that's really nice. Oh wow, wow, 2 of my souls were consumed. As you can see, look how much damage those 3 demonic tyrants just did. That's insane. That thing got melted. I wish I had a damage meter just to see how intense. Oh, and another thing is some of these special bosses here have unique anima rewards. So this one's not so much. It gives you 3 of those apparently. Yeah, but the spectral ults heals you 2% for your max health every 1 second while running. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that. I'm assuming that just means while moving. How much was it? Well, no, it's running heals you. I guess because I'm already max health, but there's just so many cool effects, and so many effects that are specialized towards just specific characters. So it would be fun. This is one of those things where it's like, if you enjoy the game and you enjoy multiple characters, it's going to be very fun playing through this. You're going to want to level up your other characters just so you can see how Torghast is on your on every class, every spec. Each spec has its own stuff. So demonic tyrant, this is a demonology specific skill. So, like, what kind of things does Destruction Warlocks have? What kind of things do the Affliction Warlocks have? And then, of course, like the other classes, Demon Hunters and stuff like that. So, I really can't wait till like Monk, which is my main class, um, gets added. Monk and Hunter. I'm currently playing Hunter in my raid, but Monk is the one that I've played the most, and I definitely can't wait to see just all the different things that are going to be added. Um, but yeah, that's it for this video. I'm going to be doing more alpha videos, probably a little bit more in depth on the specific class spells, or Anima Powers and stuff for Shadowlands. So definitely stay tuned for plenty of Shadowlands alpha videos, and then as the game progresses. But if you liked it, please give a like, subscribe for future videos, and as always, thanks for watching.